Hey, Assalamu alaikum. Let's understand about the energy crash. So, what is the major cause of the energy crash? So, first of all, we will understand about the energy crash. So, what is that? Basically, the energy crash will occur due to the high intake of the refined sugar, the complex carbohydrate, even the high protein. So, basically, whenever you will intake that kind of food, which that can be a sucrose, fructose, amino acid, and basically more is the refined sugar and the complex carbohydrate as compared to the protein. But in this way, basically whenever you will intake too much refined sugar and all this stuff, so in this way it will spike the spike of the insulin before the absorption of the glucose into the digestive system. The pre-spike of the insulin will occur due to the GIP. The GIP is the glucagon-like insulinotropic hormone, which that target to the pancreas and brain to give the positive feedback, and in this way you will relax and you will spike the insulin. Basically whenever the spike of the insulin, basically all glucose will be drained into the tissue, and in this way you will basically again absorb the glucose from digestive system into the blood circulatory system, again rise of the insulin. This is the double spike of the insulin will lead to absorb the glucose, all glucose into the tissue, in the fat, and it will convert into the fat because the extra glucose is not required our body. So the extra glucose whenever enter into the cell, so adipocyte also absorb due to the spike of the insulin, and in this way the accumulation of the fat will occur, and in this way the glucose whenever will be rise. So in this way the glucose absorbed will be spiked due to the spike of the insulin, and in this way the energy crash, basically again the insulin basically will give the hypoglycemia. Hypo means the low level of the glucose, so hypoglycemia means the low level of the glucose in your blood, while again you require the hyperglycemia. So in this way the chain reaction will occur, and in this way you require more and more glucose due to the neurotransmitter released from your brain is known as the dopamine. The dopamine requires more and more excitement by the eating of the sugar. So in this more eating of the sugar will lead to more crash of the energy, and in this way more crash of the carbohydrate level, and in this way your brain basically learn about the chain eating of the food like the protein and the carb. So in this way, how to reverse this and how to break it down, the energy crash. In this way, the fasting, ketogenic diet, high fat containing diet, but you should maintain with the caloric restriction. Caloric restriction is too much important, even the ketogenic diet. So basically focus on the caloric restriction. But on the other hand, the basically important thing you should need to understand, the caloric restriction, the fasting, as well as the major thing is that you should exercise more and more. Whenever you will exercise, so all glucose will consume during the exercise. In this way the deposit will not occur, so the deposition of the glucose will not occur. In this way the benefit of this habit, basically the exercise will consume the ATP and decrease the oxidative stress, as well as increase the health of the mitochondria. If you want to increase the health of mitochondria, please get the supplementation about the coenzyme Q10, which that also boosts the production of the ATP, and in this way decrease the energy crash. But on the other hand, important thing you should need to understand, basically you should improve the exercise, improve the fasting. On the other hand, improve the caloric restriction diet, and in this way energy crash will be impossible. If you are pre-diabetic or diabetic, so in this way the problem can be occur. But the pre-diabetic and diabetic, if use the ketogenic diet as well as exercise and caloric restriction, so the pre-diabetic or diabetic, which that is type 2 diabetes mellitus, can be reversed. So remember about that. Cardiovascular health will improve, the diabetes can be reversed, aging can reverse. On the other hand, the growth of the muscle will increase, and a lot more things like the nervous system improve, and your hair growth will also improve. I hope you make sense about that. So let's understand about how the insulin spike will be dangerous. So whenever the insulin will spike, will inhibit and buffer the growth hormone, while a ketogenic diet and fasting will basically trigger and spike the growth hormone for the lipolysis and the bone density increase. On the other hand, your growth of the muscle. So in this way, the buffering of the insulin will spike the spike the growth hormone. So spike the growth hormone and insulin like growth factor 1, basically, which that is too much important for our body. So our body will grow and grow our muscle. So I hope you make sense about that. In this way, try to buffer the insulin by the ketogenic diet, caloric restriction, and the fasting, while also the exercise. On the other hand, try to buffer this insulin by this mechanism, and with the same thing is that the growth hormone and the insulin like growth factor 1 and other growth factor will improve and increase due to the basically fasting. So the fasting spike the growth hormone, and the ketogenic diet also spike the growth hormone, and basically exercise also spike the growth hormone. So you should also go 9-hour or 8-hour sleep to recover your body. And in this way, basically, whenever you will go into the sleep, so ultimately your body will enter into the fasting mode. So in this way, you can also improve the basically 2 times more easy. So I hope you make sense about that. If you like my video, please make sure to subscribe, like, and share. See you in the next video. For this, bye. Allah Hafiz.